channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get this look right here, which is a berry smoky eye, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to call this. I guess it is kind of a berry smoky eye, but I put some vanilla pigment on the inner corners just to keep my eyes open and keep this a fresh spring look. I wanted to just work with some berry tones, so I ended up going to my Makeup Geek by Manny MUA palette, and this is what came out. So if you guys want to learn how to get this look, then keep on watching. So first I'm going to start off by priming my eye. I'm using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm still trying to get the hang of this because it's a new product for me, and a little goes a long way, so I kind of tend to be heavy-handed with it, and I'm just ironing out those kinks. I have all of my face prep done. My primer, my foundation, and my concealer are all situated because I didn't want this video to be too long. So for shadow, I'm using the Manny Makeup Geek palette, and I'm going in with Beaches and Cream, and I'm just kind of putting that all over the lid with my fluffy brush just to set that eye primer. And then with the shade Sora and the Morphe, I think it's an M441, I am just using that as my transition, and I'm applying it all over the crease area. And you can see I'm applying it a little bit higher than my crease because I really want to make sure that it peeks out of the top of the shadow. Next, with my Zoeva 231 Petite Crease Brush, I'm going to dip it in Mars and Aphrodite back and forth just to kind of create an original shade that has hints of that red in it. And I'm applying that to the outer V, and I'm going to build that color. Don't start out with too much because that red is so pigmented. It's easy to blend out if you build it, but if you put too much, it's impossible. So I'm just going back and forth between applying the color and blending out with a clean, fluffy brush. And I'm dancing around because I'm playing my Spotify playlist, and I've got some serious jams. So I'm just gonna continue to apply and blend until I'm satisfied with the level of pigmentation, and I'm going to repeat the entire thing on the other side and just build that color up. You can use tape for this. I was just lazy and didn't, and also I had already done my foundation and my concealer, and when you use tape it just kind of pulls it off, so I just opted to not do that. But there's not a lot of fallout with this stuff, so it's not a big deal. So next I'm going in with Luna, which is a nice shimmery cream shade, and I'm applying that to the inner half of the lid, but I decided I wanted even more pigment, so I went in with the MAC Vanilla Pigment, which is an oldie but goodie. I haven't used this in a hot minute, but I'm applying that with my Zoeva 231 shader brush. And I think I applied this dry because I didn't want it to be overpowering the red. I just opted for a lighter shade inside because I wanted my eyes to look open. So I'm just going in with my fluffy brush and lightly blending it, and then I'm going to go back in with that pointy 231, and I'm lightly blending those two colors together so it just kind of looks nice and diffused and fades into one another. So now for some wing liner, I'm using my Inglot 77 gel liner. I talked about this in my March favorites. I am obsessed, and the brush I'm using is a Zoeva angled liner brush. It's the 317, and I love this brush because it just makes it so easy. I like to map out my wing first on both eyes just to make sure they're even, and then I go back and I fill them in, and I believe I'm filling them in with the Morphe 443 liner brush. You can use the wing liner brush to fill it in. I don't know, I just went back in with a pointier brush because sometimes it's just a little easier. And can we talk about what the hell is in my hair? I noticed it earlier when I was editing, and I'm like, I either got shit in my hair or shit in my face. What are you gonna do? So now I'm going to the lower lash line, and I'm taking Sora and I'm going pretty low with it just to kind of smoke things out. And then with a flat brush, I'm going to mix the Mars and the Aphrodite, and then with a pencil brush, I'm going to go in and blend it out. I'm just putting those shades on the outer half of my lower lash line. So for mascara, I'm going in with Pure Cosmetics Fully Charged Mascara. I talked about this in my March favorites. I'm obsessed with this mascara. It is so good. And I'm popping on the House of Lashes Featherettes, which are my favorite. You guys know I always talk about these. So I'm just popping those on and trying not to poke myself in the eye. And then I'm going into contour. So I'm taking the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting palette and my Beauty Blender, and I'm just popping on that contour shade just along my cheekbones, and I'm just going to warm up my face with this. I don't know, I'm kind of digging this palette. And I am really pale right now. I know, girl needs a spray tan. It's happening before Coachella. But for now, I am pasty AF, so it's all about that bronze life. I am hitting my jawline and my neck, and I'm just going all around the edges of my face. And then to cut down on my baking time, I'm going to go in with the concealer shade. It's there's an actual illuminating shade and a concealer shade in this palette, and I'm just going to go over that little area underneath the contour just to kind of sharpen it out. Oh, and I forgot to apply a little bit of the bronze color on the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to set everything with the Balm's Bahama Mama. I don't know why, but lately I'm really liking this bronzer. I feel like it's a darker shade than I usually use, but because I'm so pale, I need to darken it up. You just have to really be careful to blend it out if you're super fair, because otherwise you look crazy. And don't forget your neck. And now I'm going over it with just a little bit of powder to bake it out just for a few minutes. Next I'm going in with my Zoeva, I forgot what the palette's actually called, but this is the blush palette, and I think it's the Pink Spectrum, and I love this palette, and I'm just popping on the pink shade onto my cheeks. I like this shade because it really complements this eye look a lot. And then I always blend everything out with my Duo Fiber by Sigma, and I wiped off the bakage. With the Anastasia Glow Kit, which I talked about also in my March favorites, I am popping that onto the cheekbones. I like to just blend a bunch of the colors together and just throw them on. And you can see like how pigmented, it's just, they're so beautiful. And I like to also put it in the inner corners and the sides of my nose as well. For lips, I'm lining with MAC Staunchingly Stylish Pencil, and I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Lipsticks. The shade I'm using is number 11, and at first when I got these, I wasn't sure if I was going to like them, but now after playing with them for a while, I'm kind of obsessed. So I'm just popping the lipstick color onto my lips, and you can see this color is, it comes out kind of dark, and I would never, this is just not a shade I would wear by itself. But on the other end, there's this white, like powdery stuff, and you pop it into the middle, and I like to blend it out with my finger a little bit, and it makes you look like you have like an ombre lip. It's super cool, and I love it. So it lightens the lip color up quite a bit, as you can see. And then I popped on some gloss, but I wasn't a fan of this color, so I changed it and went with Buxom Dolly, I believe. Can't forget to set. I'm using Urban Decay's Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And this is the finished look. My breath is vital, full of harm and rejection. One last sigh, I'm weak. Do I have to slip my fucking wrist to get an answer out of you? So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really happy with the way this came out. So I hope you guys try it, and if you do, let me know. You can follow me on social. I am on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My handle is @GlamLatte. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.